backup on radio. 3-1. Misses outside. A 5-pitch walk to Tyler Schoenfeld. Runners first and second, and 1 away. Don't know what happened there. If you remember that last series, they also did not have good Wi-Fi here in Mississippi, the last time in 2025. So you just saw a little bit of that with our radio stream randomly shutting down for the first time this year. Good thing I was on it. Got to see it right away. Jackson Tucker at the plate. First and second, 1 away. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Tucker yesterday was 1 for 4 with a 2-run homer. Had a run scored as well. Now hitting .309 on the season. Calm time. Another called time. This time by the third base umpire. First I thought he was going to say a balk or something. Man, that Florence bullpen out in right center field, I mean, they are just covered in the sun. That can't be fun out there. 0-1, swing and a miss. On the slider out. Oh, 0-2 the count. Williams a look at second. 0-2 pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Tucker trying to battle here. Some decent speed out on second. Garrett Broussard should be able to score on a single. Outfield is playing far back. Very tough to see the actual dimensions here. Mississippi just trying to be different. Has him in fathoms. 1-2. Bounces in the dirt. That one gets away from the catcher. Runners off to second and third. They'll both be in safely. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Tucker with a 2-2 count on him. All right, 55.83 fathoms to feet would be 334 down, I believe, both lines. And then, can't tell if that's 87 or 67 center field. That would make sense. 67.601 fathoms would be 405. So it's deep, pretty deep on the left and right field lines. More, obviously further than Thomas More Stadium and most of the fields that you're at. Then it pokes right out. It's not like staying at 334 for a long time. 2-2 to Tucker. He skies one out towards center field. Skinner coming in on it. Still coming. Broussard tagging from third. He's just going to draw a throw. It was way up the line. Y'all's not able to get a sacrifice fly there. Too shallow. 2 away for Dylan Baker. First pitch to Baker. He cranks one high and deep out towards left field. Booker is going all the way to the warning track. He's not able to get there. It slides up and over the wall. 2 runs will come home to score. Dylan Baker, 2-run double, ties this game up at 2 in the second. First pitch swinging. It was an off-speed. He saw it all inside and pulled it for a ground rule double straight down the left field line. Dylan Baker keeps producing and comes up clutch with 2 outs. It's Florence right back in this game, tied up at 2. To me, Baker, now hitting 267. He's got 9 home runs. Seems like he has a, much more confident approach at the plate. And there's still, some strikeouts. He does lead the team in strikeouts. But it seems like he's, getting a hit every single game now. And he looks very confident, in the field as well. Big lead over at second. That's a ground ball up the middle, right into the shift of the second baseman. Throw on to first is in time. Kyle Harbison hit that hard, 99 right up the middle. Just couldn't get by the shift. Florence picks up 2. It's a 2-2 ball game as we head to the bottom of the second when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the second inning, it's a tie ball game, 2-2 between the Yalls and the Mud Monsters. Casey Bargo back out for another inning of work. Mississippi sent 8 to the plate in the first, so it'll be the 9-1-2 due up for the Mud Monsters. Nathan Rose, Braylon Skinner, and Kyle Booker. Bargo able to leave the bases loaded. 2 runs came across. We'll see if he can settle into more of a groove this inning. Hoping we get our radio crowd back. Looks like we do have Stephen Gregg back. Obviously, the Wi-Fi cut us short here. That first broadcast stream. First pitch, ground ball up the middle, over towards the second baseman. Shaney Felt gloves it, throw on to first is in time. The fun fact of the day is that Tyler Shaneyfeld, I believe, wearing Brett Blomquist's glove. So we were poking fun. Hopefully Shaneyfeld does not make an error. If he does, we could charge it to Blomquist's glove. That'll have its own separate category on iScore. iScore's got enough problems. I don't think they need additional gloves into it. That one's in there for a strike. Back to the top of the order, Braylon Skinner. He singled, fisted one out to shallow right field. Just got by the glove of Shaneyfelt on a dive. Going backwards, that one misses outside. 82, just a bit low. The 1-1, way outside. Crowd's starting to fill in a little bit more here at Trustmark Park. Former home of the AA Mississippi Braves. 2-1, fouls it away. Not going to be a Tettemer trivia for you, but some trivia of your own. Mississippi Braves now play as the Columbus Clingstones, still in the Southern League, but now in Columbus. It's the Clingstones, which I believe is, some sort of peach. Swing and a miss. Second K of the day for Casey Bargo. Second out of the inning. Puts down Braylon Skinner on strikes with an 81-mile-per-hour off-speed. 0-1 the count. Kyle Booker struck out his last time up. Slider misses outside. Fastball way upstairs. Gets by all the way to the backstop. 2-1 the count. Casey Bargo's been having a tough time with some of these balls here at Trustmark Park. Home plate umpires went out to talk to him a little bit, gave him a new ball. He's been throwing a lot to the side, a lot to the Mississippi dugout. I wonder what the problem is. 2-1 the count, 2 away with the bases empty. 2-1 pitch, check swing. Doesn't go around. 3-1. That was a slider breaking in on the legs of Booker. 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the second. You're listening to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. As well as the Florence Y'all's Radio Network. Ground ball right side, a two-hopper over towards Zeisler. Gloves it and will run it over himself to end the inning. Casey Bargo bounces back in a big way. A 1-2-3 frame in the second. Heading to the top of the third, it's time for Tettemer Trivia when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of the third always brings us our Tettemer Trivia, presented by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance. Visit us today at roarins.com. Florence Y'all's it. The Mississippi Mud Monsters tied up 2-2 here in the top of the third. Milo Rushford in the top of the order will lead things off. Rushford, Richardson, and Zeisler. Dylan Baker with a big 2-run double to tie things up in the second. Brian Williams back out for another inning of work. 1-0, fouls it away. Rushford to fly out to right his last time up. Tettemer Trivia, always played in the third inning. Way it works, I read question top half of third, give you guys the answer in the bottom of the bottom half of the third. You guys have the opportunity to play along. Question is live on Twitter, rtettemer9 and Florence_Y'alls. You can comment your guess in the comment section. I will shout you out here on the broadcast. One. That one misses upstairs. 2-1. Tettemer Trivia. And a good one today. They're all good. What am I saying? As if I would give a bad Tettemer trivia. 2-1. Misses upstairs. I know the guy that creates them. Since 1913, 2 pitchers have had a 12-start span on the road with all quality starts and 46 or fewer hits allowed. Again, since 1913, 2 pitchers have had a 12-start span on the road. Rushford skies one out towards center field. Skinner going deep to the warning track, but he makes the grab with room. For out number 1, fly out to center field this time from Rushford. Hit on the screws. 1 away for Zade Richardson. So since 1913, 2 pitchers have had a 12-start span on the road where they had all quality starts and 46 or fewer hits allowed. Pretty impressive. 46 or fewer hits allowed across 12 starts. It's an average of 3.8. I mean, not even 4 hits a game. First pitch to Richardson, laces it down the right field line. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Richardson will stay at first with a 1-out single. He gets in the hit column today. That will give Hank Zeisler someone on base to work with. Grounded out to second his last time up. So my hint is happened this year in 2026, and then happened as well from 2015 to 2016. So it was the end of that 2015 season and carried on into 2016. So it was 2 seasons for that guy. You know, a 12-game stretch on the road. I'll add to that. I'll say they're both National League. Both the National League. So 2026 and 2015, 2016, both National League. Swing and a miss. Bottom of the zone, 0-1. That one fell off the table. Runner on first and 1 away. 0-2 to Zeisler. Bounces in the dirt. The 1-2. Punches it out towards center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Richardson, just a slow turn around second. No one was really covering third with that big shift against Zeisler. Left third base open. Now, he would have had to really be burning and hustling for it, but did have a little bit of a spot there to try and extend to third base. Back-to-back singles for Florence with 1 away now for Brendan Bobo. First pitch to Bobo. Misses downstairs. Started off the second inning with a single. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider breaking inside. Two and two, top of the third. All tied up. It's a 1-1 count to Bobo. 2 looks over at Richardson at second. 1-1, bounces in the dirt. That's blocked by Simo. Everybody stays put. Again, our Tettemer trivia, we're looking for 2 pitchers since 1913 who have had a 12-start span on the road with all quality starts and 46 or fewer hits allowed. We want to know who are they. 2026, so this year, should be easy to think about. 2015 and 2016. 2-1 to Bobo, who just gets a piece of it on the outer half. It's a foul ball. 2-2 the count. Not too lively of a crowd right now. Not much stadium sound. 3rd of July, you know, I'm assuming they were expecting a little bit bigger of a crowd. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Bobo way out in front on the off speed. That's the first K of the day for Williams. Brings up Garrett Broussard. 2 away, first and second. That's Richardson on second, Zeisler on first. In a 2-2 ball game. First pitch to Broussard, fastball upstairs. Grounded into a fielder's choice. It was well hit. Got to tell you that on Broussard. Diving stop from Holt over at third, and he was able to get the lead runner at second. But Garrett Broussard did have a good at-bat and put a good piece on it. 1-0 here. Punches it out towards right field. In comes Payne to the line. He's able to make the grab in fair territory, and that will end the inning. Florence strands another in scoring position and 2 on base. Heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Get your guesses in for Tettemer Trivia when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the 3rd, a 2-2 ball game here at Trustmark Park. Florence against Mississippi. Casey Bargo back out for another inning of work. 3-4-5 due up for the Mud Monsters. It's the piece that did damage against Bargo in the first inning. Starts off with Travis Holt. Again, tied up at 2 apiece. Battle of this Midwest Conference. Bargo working from the stretch. His first pitch misses upstairs. A walk to Holt his last time up. Still playing Tettemer Trivia since 1913. 2 pitchers have had a 12-start span on the road with all quality starts and 46 or fewer hits allowed. Who are they? 1-0. Misses inside. Who's just dominated the road this year and then back in 2015 and 2016? Nowhere near. 3-0 the count. Two walks and a hit by pitch in the first inning. So it was the accuracy that hurt Bargo in the first. He was able to calm that down in the second for a quick 1-2-3. 3-0. Hits the outside corner in there for a strike in 91. Like I said, Florence needs at least 5 from the right-handed pitcher. Tomorrow, they'll need 5 in both as well. 3-1 in there for a strike on the slider, bottom of the zone. Travis Holt had already dropped the bat and was getting ready to take off the gear. Now it's a full count. Can Bargo come all the way back? He's going to work quickly from the stretch. His payoff pitch. Ropes it down the right field line. It's going to drop in. 4 extra bases going all the way to the wall. Bobo picks it up in the corner. Holt on his way to second. He's going to stop there with a leadoff double. His second time on base today. Mississippi starting off with some action here in the third. Brings up Samil De La Rosa. Single and a run scored in the first. 4 hits apiece for both ball clubs now. And Bargo will work with a runner in scoring position immediately in this inning. See how he battles out here. Off speed in there for a strike to De La Rosa. David Brown actually in attendance today. And he's doing what has got to be just the greatest Florence y'all's experience. At the game, watching live, but then also with the YouTube audio stream happening in the background as well. 0-1, fouled away. That was roped down the line. Third base side. 0-2 the count. 2 Ks on the day for Bargo. Yeah, I can see Dave Brown actually behind the y'all's dugout. And we're going to give him away. Very good. Very good. Yeah, in attendance for Villalobos, who was activated off the IL today. He will be starting tomorrow. Believe game 2 is the plan. Mentioned Villalobos, the lone y'all to get a win here at Trustmark Park. That one's fouled away. That was believe that was the complete game shutout for Villalobos last year. 4-0 win for Florence. The Y'all's 1-5 at Trustmark Park in just 2 seasons. It's the second year of Mississippi Mud Monsters baseball. Holt bouncing around over at second. 0-2, fouls it away. Slider, outer half of the zone. Nobody out, can't give any guesses for Tettemer trivia yet. Tie ball game at 2 apiece. 0-2 again from Bargo to the backstop. That'll move Holt on over to third. He's now 90 feet away. What an opportunity for Mississippi, who will have 3 chances to bring a guy home 90 feet. Bargo was certainly not the command that he had in his last start against Evansville. He had just 1 walk there. Has not flashed that thus far. Can come back. 1-2 all the way to the backstop. Does not get a bounce here for Harbison. That'll come home. I don't even know where the ball went. The ball went out of play. How about that? Harbison didn't touch it. Bargo threw it straight into the net of the backstop. And it went out of play. It went through. It's 3-2 Mississippi. 2 wild pitches from Bargo brought Holt around the bases without De La Rosa having to do a thing. Still nobody out and a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, top of the zone on an off-speed upstairs. His 3rd K of the day. Brings up Casted Fur, an RBI single and stranded at 3rd in the 1st inning. Mississippi regains control of this ball game, 3-2. First pitch misses outside. For bullpen pieces today, you have Travis Phelps, Jet Lotus, Whitesell, and Harajli. Harajli threw yesterday. 1-0 in there for a strike. Inactive will be Aiden McAvoy, Nate Darden, Logan Jones, and Chase Hopewell is not here. 1-1. Hits him. It's a second hit by pitch. Again, that control by Bargo is currently the problem. Runner back on first with one away. Chase Hopewell at a wedding right now. Best of luck to him. I don't know if he's already given. He probably has already given his best man speech. I know he was saying that he was practicing it. First pitch in there for a strike on the outer half.
He's short up. Watch what you call
it. 0-1. Skies it out towards center field. That's going to send Tucker on the run in the gap. He tracks it down for out number 2. Nice first step there from Jackson Tucker, able to read that perfectly off the bat. Good piece from Payne. Just a fly out. Brings up Andrew Simo. He had an RBI hit by pitch his last time up. So runner on first and 2 away. Casey Bargo trying to get out of the inning with just the 1 run allowed. Fastball in there for a strike. This crowd does not have a lot of energy at all. Totally different from last year in Schaumburg. 7,000 in attendance. Runner takes off. The 0-1 in there for a strike. I think it slipped out of the hand there of Harbison. Just didn't have a good grip on it. Stolen base for Caston Fur. He's near those top charts as well. So runner in scoring position. 0-2 the count with 2 away. Simo will call time. Bargo from the stretch, the 0-2. Skies down the right field line and foul. Schaumburg, an entirely different animal when it comes to 4th of July. I remember I was going to a local card shop. I had walked from the hotel. Actually, no, I walked from the stadium to the card shop. And just, there they were talking about, without them knowing that I was a broadcaster, they were already talking about the Schaumburg game and whether, they were going to it. It was pretty interesting to see the impact that it had on, on that local community. If I said All-Star game, the 4th of July game for Schaumburg. They had that on July 3rd last year. In front of 7,000 in attendance. Good stop there from Kyle Harbison, a dive and a pick to actually keep that in front. 1-2 the count. Runner on second and 2 away. I completely forgot to give you guys your guesses for Tettemer Trivia. See how this at-bat goes. 1-2. Misses downstairs. Aiden Murphy's only guess was Jacob Mizarowski. And Tyler Douglas said Chase Burns and Jacob DeGrom. Rich Tettemer said Jake Arrieta and Jacob Mizarowski. Then Cam Beatty said Christopher Sanchez and The Miz. 2-2. Skies that one out towards left field. It's going to send Rushford on the run to the warning track. He makes the grab to end the inning. A long fly out, 346 on the distance. And Bargo able to leave a runner in scoring position, but a run comes across. It's 3-2 Mississippi. We'll get to the answer for Tettemer Trivia when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM. Top half of the fourth inning. Tyler Shaneyfeld will lead things off, followed by Jackson Tucker and Dylan Baker. 6-7-8 for Florence. They trail 3-2. Brian Williams trying to protect that. Back on the mound for Mississippi. 4 hits apiece for both ball clubs, but a 3-2 lead for the Mud Monsters. 2 in the first and 1 in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Shaneyfeld. Fastball misses outside. Shaneyfeld a walk and a run scored in the second. We are playing Tettemer Trivia. So far, the leading guess for 2026 has been Jacob Mizorowski. Jake Arrieta from Rich Tettemer and Jacob Mizorowski there. Tyler Douglas said Chase Burns and Jacob DeGrom. Ada Murphy said Jacob Mizorowski, and Cam Beatty said Christopher Sanchez and Jacob Mizorowski. 2-0. In there for a strike. Nothing else on Twitter or the radio stream, although Stephen Gregg is feeling a 3 or 4 run spot in this inning. 2-1. Shaneyfeld skies it out towards center field. It's going to drop in front of Skinner for a leadoff single. Good piece there from Shaneyfeld. That's right in his wheelhouse. Mentioned in one of the last 2 games, Shaneyfeld likes to work within the center field. That's usually where he's pointing, center or left field, but mainly it's been, I don't know, once you guys see it, probably Stark Exterminator sign over towards whatever that is over there. That's just a bad outfield wall sign. The art of a good outfield wall sign is as little writing as possible, just your logo, essentially. I have no idea what that one says. Something about crawl space. Don't worry, I've been over this a lot. Helping out with the outfield wall signs for Florence. Can't wait to get back to Thomas More Stadium consistently. Jackson Tucker pops up a bunt, fielded by the catcher. He drops it. I don't know if he dropped it on purpose trying to get the out. How about that call? Completely blocked was the home plate umpire. He's saying he did it on the transfer. Zero reason to drop on a transfer, by the way. Shaneyfeld didn't move at second. He had no idea whether that was transfer or not. He couldn't even see the hands. Either way, it's a bunt pop out. P2 there from Tucker. Brings up Dylan Baker, 2-run double his last time up. So let's get to our answer for Tettemer trivia. I can tell you we don't have a fully correct answer. Schoenfeld with a big lead over at first. He's bouncing around. Good hold from Williams. Fastball misses upstairs. The closest person was Rich Tettemer, who did guess correctly Jake Arrieta, 2015-2016. That's right around the Cy Young time there for Jake Arrieta. So right when he was really rolling. That one's popped up down the first base side. Schoenfeld was off. Had a good jump and probably had the base stolen. 1-1 the count. He'll have to retreat back to first. So Jake Arrieta, 2015-2016. And then this year, everyone was kind of leaning towards Mizorowski, who's just had a very good year. Not as good as Christopher Sanchez, but pretty good year. A little bit of bias there. The other one that had a really good start is Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who's still pitching very well for the Dodgers. 1-1. In there for a strike. 1-2. That dots up the outer half. 90 miles per hour there. Really good spot from Williams. Talented pitcher who knows, when to hold and how to keep a runner on over at first. Schoenfeld bouncing around. He draws the pickoff. Nothing going. So Jake Arrieta and Yoshinobu Yamamoto was our answer today for Tettemer Trivia. Congratulations to Rich Tettemer for getting half of it correct. He will be the winner for today. 1-2. Baker skies one out towards right field. Payne just a few feet back. In front of the warning track, he makes the grab. Schoenfeld will retreat back to first. Fly out to right field for Dylan Baker. That'll bring up Kyle Harbison. Harbison had a good ground ball up the middle, but was right into a shift. That second baseman was playing way up the middle. Schoenfeld takes off over at second. Throw down is offline. Tyler Schoenfeld picks up another stolen base on the season. That is his 24th swipe bag, but also puts him closer to history. His 70th overall stolen base. Sits just 12 behind the franchise record at 82. Oh, 1. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Good hold here from Williams. He's doing this very well. Knows all of his time. There's a pickoff attempt. Time to play. Daylight there. Nothing going. Schoenfeld back safely. 0-2 the count to the catcher Harbison. Single would score Schoenfeld. 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Called strike 3. Right in there on the zone. Sits down Kyle Harbison. Heading to the bottom of the 4th. Bargo trying to keep this just a one-run ball game when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the fourth inning, it's a 3-2 Mud Monsters lead over Florence. Scout Knotts will start things off for Mississippi. Fastball in there for a strike. 8-9 top, 2 up for the Mud Monsters. They picked up the go-ahead run in the third. Knotts pop out to third. That ended the first inning. Hitting 0.59 entering today. Has not gotten into his groove here in Mississippi just yet. Pops that one up. Out towards the shortstop, Dylan Baker, who makes the grab in shallow center field for out number 1. Good quick first out. Nathan Rose will dig in, a ground out to second his last time up. Shortstop today for the Mud Monsters. First pitch is in there for a strike. Did not get the 3 or 4 spot that Stephen Gregg was calling for last inning, but hopefully we can keep it a one-run ball game. Fastball in there, 90 miles per hour on the outer half. That one's fouled away. 0-2. So they mentioned Florence is 1-5 here at Trustmark Park. Let's dive into some more statistics overall. Night games on the road, the Y'alls are 10-12. Overall 22-16 this season during night games. 0-2, ground ball, foul down the first base line. When the opponent scores first on the road, Florence is 5-7, but 15-11 on the season. That's led by a 10-4 record at home when the opponent scores first. If it was to stay this one-run game, Florence is 2-5 on the road in one-run games, 7-6 overall in one-run games. 0-2 from Bargo. That one's popped up, first base side, but out of play. Another foul ball. 3 runs or fewer. Obviously, that would count right now at 1-4 on the road, 2-6 total. Hopefully that one changes. Then when out hitting an opponent, which they are currently, on the road 6-2, overall 18-3 when out hitting an opponent. 0-2, slider misses out. Currently in the month of July, a 1-1 record. 1-2, ground ball over towards the shortstop. Fielded on 2 hops is Baker. Throw on to first is in time. 6-3 on the put away of Rose. Back up to the top of the order for Braylon Skinner. 2 outs with the bases empty in the fourth. 3-2 Mississippi lead. First pitch, hard hit, off the glove. What a play there from Schoenfeld. Bounces off his glove, still in stride, able to get it off the rebound for a line drive catch. An immaculate catch there from Schoenfeld, able to stay with it and end a 1-2-3 frame for Casey Bargo. Heading to the top of the fifth, it's 3-2 Mississippi when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of the fifth inning. Top of the order will start things off for Florence. Milo Rushford back against Brian Williams. Rushford today 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to right in center field. Should see some fireworks today after the game, and then after the doubleheader tomorrow, should see some more. So back-to-back nights with fireworks for 4th of July. That one's in there for a strike. Leadoff single from Florence last inning. Wasn't able to do anything with Shaney Felt. Stranded him in scoring position. 0-1, this is downstairs. Florence just trying to piece a couple hits together. Again, out hitting Mississippi by 1 currently, but outscored 3-2. 1-1 as Rushford skies that one out towards right field. Payne came in. Now he's going back at the warning track. He makes the grab. Good adjustment from Payne. Able to take away extra bases from Rushford. Again on the screws. That one's out at Thomas More Stadium. But in this big ballpark here, it's just a fly out. 357 on the distance. Florence, I'm going to say really the only big park they've played in. Schaumburg, or obviously got swept at. So maybe not the best big ballpark team. Obviously, we know the home runs really lead the way for the Yalls. That one misses inside. Got to work gap to gap here. Down the lines, it's not a home run a minute like we're used to. Big swing and a miss there from Richardson. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Joliet, kind of big. Bossy, kind of big. That one's popped up in the infield right side. Foul territory. First baseman Knotts makes the call. And the grab for out number 2. 5 in a row retired for Florence. I don't think Williams is deep into this pitch count either. .69 pitches for Brian Williams. Certainly a lot of room to go. He's through 4 2/3. First pitch to Zeisler in there for a strike. Florence has got to make him work. Ground ball to Hopper over towards the second baseman. Furr picks it. Throw on to first is in time. 1, 2, 3 frames. 6 in a row retired on the Florence offense. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-2 Mississippi lead when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the fifth inning, it's a 3-2 Mississippi lead. Casey Bargo out for his fifth inning of work. And a 1-2-3 fourth. Off speed in there for a strike to Kyle Booker. It's the 2-3-4, the heart of the order for Mississippi. Bargo has struggled in the first and third, but in the second and fourth, he's had 1-2-3 frames. So it's been back and forth innings for Bargo. 0-1, misses upstairs. On the flip side for Florence, Casey Bargo at 79 pitches, now into his fifth inning of work. It's about a 10-pitch difference from Brian Williams on the other side of the ball, who's obviously already completed his fifth inning. 1-1. Sing downstairs. 2-1. Brendan Bobo playing pretty big in the gap right now, leaving that right field line wide open. Fouls it away. For Kyle Booker, just a pull side one. Booker's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to first. Bargo so far 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. On tap for the loss as it stands. Be his first loss as a Florence Y'all. 2-2. Pops it up out towards right center field. Bobo is called off by Tucker, who makes the grab for out number 1. Getting that first down the inning is always big. Both innings that runs have scored. First runner, the leadoff runner, has been aboard. And that'll bring up Travis Holt, who has scored twice. Walk and a double. Bargo has been all around the zone to him. Started his last at-bat 3-0. Off-speed bends it in there. We can do our out-of-town scoreboard, powered by iScore and presented by Thornbush Whiskey, new frontier in the world of whiskey. It's bold, smooth, and wildly unexpected. Come try the new signature cocktail of the Florence Y'alls, Thornbush Whiskey. Off-speed misses outside, 1-1 to Holt. Obviously, this is a 3-2 game in the bottom of the fifth. The 1-1. Fastball inside. Quebec at Gateway in a pretty big series. Gateway on top 1-0. Bottom of the fourth. Don't see those two teams face often, especially in Gateway. 2-1. Off speed. Beautifully bent in there for a strike. The Otters on top of the Slammers in the top of the sixth, 4-3. A 3-run fourth that gave Evansville the lead. Another big matchup. Two of the last two teams to head to the championship series from the Midwest Conference, Washington and Schaumburg. 2-2 game in the bottom of the fourth. Schaumburg with the bases loaded and 2 away. This is against Kobe Foster on the road. 3 runs just came across. It's 5-2 Schaumburg. How about that? Tagging Foster for 5 runs in the fourth. 2-2. Bounces downstairs. Another full count to Holt. And Bargo just has been around the zone to him. Holt has been on base and scored twice. Payoff, way downstairs, bounces it. Just overthrew the fastball. Third time on base for Holt. Brings up Samil De La Rosa, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored in the first. What about Brockton at Tri-City? I mean, an absolute mopping early. 12-1. It's in the top of the third. 5 in the first, 7 in the second from Tri-City. At their home crowd, 4th of July, I'm sure it's a decent crowd there at Joseph Bruno Stadium. 12-1 lead, just 5 hits. Just 5 hits, 12-1 lead. Oh my. I have to go into that iCast. That's wild. 5 hits, 12 runs all earned, with 5 walks. There's been 1 error. Off speed, beautifully bent in there, not called. 2-0 the count. Florence is warming up Travis Phelps in the bullpen. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Windy City at Lake Erie. That one's fouled straight back. Windy City trailing 2-1, bottom of the 4th. So the Bolts also had a trip this morning. Not far, just over to Cleveland. New Jersey at Down East. The Jackals having to travel to North Carolina. 14-5 Down East leads in the bottom of the 5th. 12-run third. Whoa. Pickoff attempt. Not in time. Runner takes off. That one's fouled away. 2-2. Ottawa at Sussex County. A 4-1 lead over the Miners. Bottom of the 4th there. Trois Rivières at New York. Bottom of the 8th. New York with a 5-3 lead, but it's being out hit 12-8 by Trois Rivières des Aigles. 2-2, punched out towards right field. Bobo has a beat on it, makes the grab for out number 2. That'll bring up Caston Furr. He's been on base twice today, an RBI single and a hit by pitch. Then our final game that finished a doubleheader, so it's a doubleheader between Brockton and Tri-City. Brockton wins game 1 7-5, 15-8. So maybe that's why you've seen them get punched early. They sold out for the win in game 1 and are now losing 12-1 in the bottom of the 3rd in game 2. One's in there for a strike. Florence currently still in a playoff spot in the Frontier League. Now in July, about 2 months left of the season. Just a little over. 0-1. Ooh, misses by a little bit. Florence 25-21. They're facing essentially Schaumburg, who's 23-24. It's about a 2.5 game lead over them. 1-1. In there for a strike. You can start rooting against the Thunderbolts, the Boomers, and the Grizzlies. That's essentially Florence's competition, as well as Washington and Evansville. 1-2. Line drive over towards Shaney Felt. He makes the grab to end the inning. Just a walk from Casey Bargo, able to strand him over at first. Heading to the top of the 6th, Florence trailing 1 when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the sixth, the Alls trail 3-2. 4-5-6-2 up. Bobo followed by Broussard and Schoenfeld. The Alls need to get going here. Brian Williams still on the mound. Florence got to start getting some good at-bats against Williams. Chase him from this ball game, head to the Mississippi pen. First pitch in there for a strike. Massive shift on Bobo. Might be able to get a double if you bunt down the third base line. No one there. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the off-speed 0-2. He struck out his last time up. Single back in the second. So how about this for all you Taylor Swift fans? Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are officially married. That happened today. Yeah, New York City, July 3rd, 2026. I'm not too into, the whole thing. I think the details of this are absolutely absurd. You would never guess the officiant of this wedding in a million years. 0-2. Misses upstairs. This is a full release from the Kelce brothers. The ceremony joined both families together, officiated by their friend Adam Sandler. Happy Gilmore himself was the officiant for this monumental wedding. There's a ground ball foul off the leg of Brendan Bobo, 1-2 the count. They did not have bridesmaids or groomsmen. Austin Swift was the man of honor for Taylor, and Jason Kelce was Travis's best man. That obviously makes sense. Adam Sandler just randomly getting into that. Apparently they're friends. That's wild. 1-2. Swing and a miss, bottom of the zone. Second time Williams has sat down Brendan Bobo. Florence has been retired 7 consecutively. Williams in a groove. That's his third K. Florence not able to get him off this pace. They need to. Got to get to the bullpen for Mississippi. In terms of team pitching, Mississippi middle of the pack. 6.44 ERA. Florence 6.8. So you got to get to that bullpen. First pitch to Broussard. He skies one into center field. Skinner all over it. That's just a one-pitch at-bat. That's not going to help. You're going to see Williams 7th and 8th innings. Maybe a complete game. I've certainly seen him throw over 100 pitches. Not even at 80 pitches yet. Oh, and misses downstairs. 1-0 count. Schoenfeld with 2 away, and the base is empty. Trying to start a 2-out rally. The 1-0. Misses downstairs. Florence trailing 3-2 here in the top of the 6th. I cannot get over Adam Sandler officiating that wedding. Did he do the classic Sandler voice the entire time? (2-0) in there for a strike. Was he in gym shorts? Was he in, a classic Adam Sandler outfit? (2-1) upstairs, no good. What you need to see from Florence. Waiting for pitches here in these at-bats. (3-1) ground ball, 2-hopper over towards the second baseman. A 1-2-3 frame for the Yalls. And whoa, Schoenfeld is injured. Out comes McCormick. Schoenfeld in a lot of pain on his leg. That is an unfortunate sign for the Yalls. Being helped up. Can't put any weight on that leg. It would just carry him off. Heading to the bottom of the sixth. Prayers up for Tyler Schoenfeld. Florence trailing 3-2 when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the sixth, a 3-2 Florence lead. Brett Blomquist will enter this ball game for Tyler Schoenfeld. Had to be helped off the field at the end of the last inning. Blomquist over to second. He'll also enter that spot in the lineup. Oh, 1 misses outside. Still Casey Bargo on the mound. A 1-1 count. It's near the bottom of the order. 6, 7, 8 due up for Mississippi. Tavis Payne 0 for 1 with a walk. Bargo so far 5 complete frames, 4 hits, 3 runs. Picked up a few strikeouts. That one's fouled away. Travis Phelps still warming up in the bullpen for Florence. The 1-2 misses outside. 2-2 the count. Gotta say, everything I knew on Schoenfeld was that he obviously didn't play that last game because he had tightness in his quad. Now, it didn't look like he was holding his quad. He looked like he was holding lower on the leg there. 2-2. Fouls it away. So I'm going to assume it's not, a part of the same injury that held him out of the game yesterday. It certainly did not look good the way he reacted. Thankfully, Florence actually does have 2 trainers today. 2-2. Ground ball over towards Broussard. Swallows it up on 2. Throw on to first is low, and it bounces away from Hank Zeisler. E5 from Garrett Broussard. That's his 3rd error this week. First error of the game for Florence. All errors always brought to you by GP Editing. Don't make that mistake. Call Greg Peterson to fix all of your editing mistakes. 513-512-0300. So a runner on first, nobody out. Andrew Simo, the catcher. Payne with a big lead over at first. First pitch misses outside. Florence rolling the dice, just trying to get everything they can out of the starter, Bargo. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Two 2-0 the count to Simo. Travis Phelps will stay getting hot. He's been throwing for quite a bit of time. 2-0. Off speed in there for a strike. Two one. That one skied down the left field line, but foul. Timeout here. Going to get some pine tar, I guess. You guys know my feelings on that. 3-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. Tight one between Florence and Mississippi. Y'alls have not given much offensively at all. As you would expect off the 11-hour ride, but honestly, you wouldn't expect it to still be close after the 11-hour bus trip. Florence has put themselves in a winnable situation. They just got to get going on offense. 2-2, hard hit into right field. Bobo watches it bounce in front. First and second, nobody out. Florence needs to collect themselves here. Honestly, I think you got to make a decision whether you're going to Phelps now or to sit him, because he's been throwing for a long time. Toby Hall going to go talk to Bargo. We saw how a long outing in the bullpen did yesterday for Windy City. They had Francis Ferguson in the bullpen for about 2-3 innings. The guy came in, got a third of an inning, and walked 4. And they will head to the pen. Travis Phelps will enter. And it's Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change. When we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the sixth, the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change. With a new wing coming into the game, you can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, always fresh, never frozen. Travis Phelps is in for Casey Bargo. Runners first and second, nobody out. A big-time opportunity for the second-year pro. Fastball dials it in there for a strike. It's the bottom of the order for Mississippi. It's Scout not to enter with an 0.52 ERA, followed by Nathan Rose. 8-9 top. That's what Phelps is dealing with here. Double play would do wonders. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Knott's two pop flies in the infield. Phelps pitching on his anniversary of professional baseball. And he's hoping to exact some vengeance. His last time out on July 3rd was in front of like I said already this game, 7,000 in attendance. So it was a lot in attendance. Did not go his way. And he's actually pitched very good for Florence these last few times. He is one of the only pitchers for the Y'alls. Now, I don't want to jinx anything here, but with a 5.2 scoreless inning streak. 4.2. 4.2 scoreless inning streak. 1-2. Line drive over towards Baker. He's got a runner doubled up at second. Wow. A line drive snag. I don't know where Payne was going because that was never getting down, and he kept running. Baker makes the grab and a double play. L6-4 on the put-away. How about that for Travis Phelps? That is just some bad base running there from Payne. Line drive, you gotta freeze. He didn't see that one down at all. Now, that being said, if it does get down, he would have been safe over at third. If that's what he was going for. Baker had that on the line. It was just 60 miles per hour. It was blooped. Not really a line drive that, hey, I didn't have time to react. Lightning in center field, by the way. First pitch, that one's fouled away. So a runner on first and 2 outs. And a really, really good stuff from Phelps his last 3 appearances. Like I said, 4 2/3 innings pitched. Couple of walks there, 3 Ks. Has allowed just 1 hit and no runs. From the stretch. The 0-1. Check swing. Misses inside. 90 miles per hour there. Phelps has had this game kind of circled. Certainly not the way you want to start a professional debut, and for him to get some vengeance here just a year later would certainly be something. 1-1. This is outside. And to his credit as well, that was also the Wilt Chamberlain game. A 23-19 thriller that no one was able to see on HTN. That was the record breaker. The most runs scored, 42, in a single game in Frontier League history. So they all still won that game. 3-2. Skies it high out towards center field. All over it is Jackson Tucker. And he makes the grab to end the inning. How about Travis Phelps? Runners first and second. He gets out of the inning without a run scored. It's 3-2, heading to the 7th. 9 outs to play with for the offense. When we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the 7th, a 3-2 Y'all's deficit. Jackson Tucker will lead things off. Still Williams on the mound. This should be the inning where Florence can try and get to Brian Williams here. Some action already in the bullpen for Mississippi. It's the 3rd time around the order. Tucker pops one in the infield. All over it is Knott's foul territory, and the Y'alls continue to sputter on offense. 10 in a row retired. Trying to regain their stride. They just have not looked the same offensively. Unfortunately, that is the case when their pitching is doing a fine job in keeping this game close. Trailing just a run. Dylan Baker, the sole proprietor of those runs. 2-run double off of his bat. He fouls that one away. Last time up, skied one deep out towards right field. It was just a really good grab from Payne. The Y'alls just need some hits. 0-1. Misses off the plate, but called a strike. Oh-2. Ropes one out towards left center field. Booker on the run. He's not able to get there, and it goes by him all the way to the wall. Baker on his way to second. He's going to turn and look for 3. The throw comes to the cutoff. Relay. Not in time. A 1-out triple from Dylan Baker. Able to beat the tag. Well, the Bluebirds are out in Mississippi. I don't know what they're looking at. No doubt about it. Baker able to beat that one in there. Take another look on HTN. Baker definitely got that hand underneath. And it's a triple for Dylan Baker. Triple and a double today. That's the type of spark Florence needs. How about this? Baker has pretty much, clobbered the ball in every single at-bat. Infield comes in. 2 outs to play with. You have Kyle Harbison and Milo Rushford trying to do a job. Harbison 0 for 2 today. First pitch to him. In there for a strike. Struck out looking his last time up. Wasn't happy with the call. It was fully in the zone. That one, not a strike. Top of the zone missing. 0-1. Bounces in the dirt. Whoa. Good grab there from Simo to keep that in front. Big time spot for the Y'alls. Fly ball ties this game up. If Harbison can replicate what he did in the second, that would also do it. It was a beautiful ground ball up the middle. 1-1. Off speed inside, no good. Williams trying to complete his 7th inning of work. 2-1 pitch. Misses upstairs. A 3-1 count to Harbison. Staying poised at the plate. Not letting this big moment get to him. Three and 1 with the tying run just 90 feet away. 1 away here in the 7th. What a big time hit from Dylan Baker. Can Harbison follow suit? From the stretch, the 3-1. Swing and a miss, top of the zone. That one hurt Simo. Don't know if Harbison did get a tip of that. That was ball 4. Went chasing on a high fastball. And if you're just thinking 3-1, got to find something in my zone, it's got to be in a window. That one just being eye level must have looked like a beach ball to Harbison. Hence why he went chasing. Clearly not the pitch that you would have looked for. But I'm saying it probably looked enticing top of the zone, as they all do. Now a full count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Harbison down on strikes for the second time today. He's 0 for 3 at the bottom of the order. It's a big opportunity. If Florence can't come through, it's back up to the top of the order. Milo Rushford, who's also 0 for 3. Harbison swung at ball 4 twice. Infield pushes back. First pitch to the lefty Rushford. 2 inches upstairs, and it's a called strike. This guy's zone just getting bigger and bigger. It's a quick game. No need to rush out. Oh, 1. This is downstairs. Rushford with 2 deep flyouts today. Tying run 90 feet away. The 1-1. Misses upstairs. 2-1. 2-1. Rushford skies one out towards the right center field gap. Payne on the run. He's not able to get there. We got a tie ball game. Rushford on his way to second. He's going to keep going on the way to third. The relay not in time. An RBI triple from Milo Rushford. Florence ties it up at 3. He has been piecing the ball all day. They did not fall until now. Gets one in the gap. What did I say? This is a gap-to-gap ballpark, a very big field. Florence finally uses it to their advantage with 2 triples in the inning. RBI triple from Rushford. He comes up clutch to score Baker. And it's still a runner 90 feet away for Zade Richardson trying to take the lead, but that's going to do it for Brian Williams. We will head to the bullpen. A Hoops Hangout pitching change when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Back here in the top half of the 7th inning, Zade Richardson will face the new pitcher. Off speed is in there for a strike. A Hooves Hangout pitching change, looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today, 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. It's a righty, swing and a miss, top of the zone. Number 17, Braden Sanders, is in for Williams. Williams goes 6 2/3 and leaves with a no decision as it stands, but the go-ahead run on third. Can Richardson come through? The face of the Florence Yells, 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Just 3 pitches and puts him away. Florence ties the game up, but strands a runner in scoring position. Heading to stretch time at Trustmark Park when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Stretch time always brought to you by the Stretch Lab. Their team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you could ever achieve on your own. Visit stretchlab.com to find a location near you today. Top of the order due up for Mississippi. And now a tie ball game with Travis Phelps on the mound. First pitch was in there for a strike. The 0-1 fouls it back. Dylan Baker with a one-out triple. Milo Rushford RBI triple to tie the ball game. Three here at stretch time. Bottom of the 7th, Trustmark Park. Phelps kicks the 0-2. Fastball outside. Phelps came on at a big-time spot. It was inheriting runners on first and second from Casey Bargo. He was able to work a looping liner that the runner for Mississippi was way offline. It ended up in a double play for Florence and then forced a fly out to center field from Nathan Rose. Now he's facing the top of the order. 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. Nobody warming up for the Yalls. So is Phelps, clean inning here? Go show what you can do. 2-2. Ground ball, right side, over towards Blomquist. Will glove it. Throw on to first. Had to be quick, and it's in time. Bang, bang play. Whew. Skinner is fast. Was motoring down that line. A routine grounder to second was very close. That'll bring up Kyle Booker. 0 for 3 today. A fly out to center field his last time up. Off speed misses downstairs. tight ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0, fouls it away. Florence leads 7-5 in the hit column. The 1-1. Ground ball, two-hopper, over towards the shortstop Baker. A slam of the bat from Booker. Throw on to first is in time. 6-3 on the put-away. How about Travis Phelps? Inning and two-thirds scoreless as it stands. It's Travis Holt, who's been on base all 3 times. It's a real test. Bargo was dancing around Holt the entire time. He did not see many strikes, and when he did, he roped a double into right center field. He's scored twice. 1 for 1 with 2 walks. First pitch misses inside. Holt hitting .274 entering today. I wouldn't even say he's the most menacing in the lineup. Obviously has some pop. We saw that last year. Has not had all the homers this year. 3 home runs, 28 RBIs. That one misses upstairs. Again, Florence dancing around. I don't know if there's like a game plan there, or if it's just, been coincidence. But he has not seen a lot of strikes at all. My gosh, Jake McCarthy is on a tear right now at the plate. That's for the Colorado Rockies. That one misses downstairs. 3-0. Another 2-home run game. 2 outs. Nobody on. Holt will have the bat glued to the shoulder. Here's the 3-0. In there for a strike. Three 3-1 fouls it away. Now a full count. Travis Phelps trying to come all the way back. It's certainly seems like lightning out in center field. I don't think those would be fireworks, but might be the same thing as what we saw yesterday. Just some heat lightning pretty far away, but we could still see it. Off speed. Cold strike 3. Phelps showing some excitement. Sits down Holt in a 1-2-3 frame in the 7th. How about Travis Phelps with 2 scoreless innings when Florence needs him the most? It's a tie ball game. We're heading to the top of the 8th when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. top half of the 8th. Florence and Mississippi tied up at 3. Hank Zeisler will start things off. Still Braden Sanders, the right-hander, on the mound. First pitch in there for a strike. Zeisler today is 1 for 3. Single back in the 3rd inning. He's ground out to second twice. Sanders, right-handed pitcher, 0-0 on the season, a 6.75 ERA across 8 games. No starts. Big hole on the left side of the field. Ground ball right into the shift, over towards the shortstop. Throw is in time. 6-3 on the putaway. Zeisler hits right into the shift deployed by Mississippi. They've had it against Zeisler and Bobo. It is a pull side heavy shift. All Florence has to do is knock it opposite field. And both guys capable of doing so. Bobo has struck out his last 2 times up. He's 1 for 3 with a single in his first time. Was a liner roped in. I will say, Sanders is pumping. That was 92 upstairs. Was the first signee of college for Mississippi this season. Played with the Memphis Tigers. Memphis, Tennessee. 1-0. Misses inside. 3 seasons with the Tigers. Was one of the primary late inning options, recording 14 saves, 76 Ks across 66 innings pitched. 2-0. In there for a strike. Says he grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, but he did go to went to high school in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Originally committed to Ole Miss before deciding to continue his collegiate career at Northwest Mississippi Community College. Whoa. Swing and a miss, and Brendan Bobo lets the bat go flying way past the infield. He'll get a time call for some pine tar and to go reclaim it. 2-2 on the count. It has been one poor outing for Sanders. 2/3 of an innings, 4 hits, 5 runs against Evansville. Other than that, he hasn't allowed more than a run. And his last time out, an inning pitch, 1 hit, no runs, no strikeouts, no walks against Gateway. Back on June 30th. Capable of pitching multiple innings. Faced Lake Erie 3 times in a row. Went 2 innings, 2 hits, a run, 2 innings, 4 hits, a run. Inning and a third, 1 hit, no runs. So he is touchable with 1 tough outing. Picked up at the beginning of June. These past 2 nights, Florence has struggled against the bullpen for Windy City. It was 4 1/3 shutout on Wednesday, and then they were able to manage just 1 run against the bullpen yesterday in a 10-8 victory. 2-2, swing and a miss. Bobo goes fishing on the off-speed, his 3rd strikeout of the day. That'll bring up Garrett Broussard. Florence trying to start a 2-out rally. Again, this is not a home run ballpark. I don't think I've seen a home run here from the Y'alls. So you just got to win it with base hits. It's a base hit ball game here. You've seen they've got their runs in the gaps. Now misses upstairs. That should play to the likes of Garrett Broussard and Brett Blomquist pretty well. And then Bobo just has to adjust for gap-to-gap hitting instead of, out of the ballpark. 1-0, missing outside. Garrett Broussard at the plate, a 2-0 count. One of the best gap-to-gap hitters for Florence. That's where he gets the majority of his doubles. Skies it down the right field line, dropping quickly. Payne dives and makes a grab. Tip of the cap, a 1-2-3 frame, full extension, robs a base hit away from Garrett Broussard. Heading to the bottom of the 8th, 3-3 ball game. When we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDM. Travis Phelps once again out there for Florence. It's bottom of the 8th, 3-3 ball game. A tight one here at Trustmark Park. Samil De La Rosa, the cleanup hitter, will lead things off. Off-speed misses downstairs. Phelps has worked 2 scoreless. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th, and only had to face 2. Worked a double play in the 6th. So he's faced 5 batters, has put them all away. The 1-0. Misses downstairs 2-0. Florence with nobody warming up in the bullpen. So a lot of trust here in Phelps. He's getting a little happy now. Fastball's inside, 3-0 count. Any runner aboard will be the go-ahead run. It would put Florence in jeopardy. 3-0. That was a red light the entire way he stepped out of the box. It's in there for a strike 3-1. 89 dotted up on the outer half. De La Rosa 1 for 3 today, a single and a run scored in the first. 3-1 pitch. Ropes that one down the left field line. In comes Rushford. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Rushford picks it up on the line. De La Rosa will be in with a leadoff double. Just softly hit 72 off the bat. Nothing special. Puts Mississippi in business. Does Phelps have any more magic left in him? Casted for the batter. Hank Zeisler is getting the infield ready for a bunt opportunity. Furr today is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Florence has tried this bunt opportunity before. He will show bunt, tries to get it. It's a fastball upstairs, and he goes all the way around. It's the exact same play that Florence will run every time here. Zeisler, the first baseman, just racing in. He gets super close. They show bunt. Oh, it runs inside. Goes to the backstop, a free base. That takes away the situation. Phelps loses the grip of it. This is a tough situation for the Florence Yells. You're now in the bottom of the 8th. It's almost poor if they do not score this run here. 90 feet away with 3 chances at it. You have to. Infield in for the Yalls. Skies it out towards center field. That's going to do it. Tucker all the way back. That's way deep for a sacrifice fly. You could walk in, and that will score. 4-3. Florence back against the wall. They will have to try and tie it in the 9th. This crowd comes unglued. So a double and a wild pitch gives them that opportunity. And just a can of corn for Mississippi. Davis Payne will be the batter. 0 for 2 today with a walk. Oh, and misses outside. So now it's the offense's turn. Do they have any magic? They have been shut down by the bullpen. It is interesting to see. Swing and a miss. Blomquist, Tucker, and Baker for the Yalls next inning. Off-speed misses upstairs, 2-1. Florence has sat down the reliever that they had put up. Extremely interesting. Extremely interesting. Two one. Fouls it back 2-2. from the stretch. 2-2, bounces in the dirt. I'm going to settle my stomach here with our Rip That Pack segment. Full count. One away. Still ripping the 2026 Donruss. One out, nobody on. Tavis Payne without a hit today. Just got to toss some strikes, keep him honest. Payoff. Ground ball over towards Broussard. Fielded on one hop. Throw from foul territory. Scooped up by Zeisler. What a play. Garrett Broussard all the way across the diamond. And a scoop from Zeisler for out number 2. Always brought to you by Can You Dig It? That one scooped up by Zeisler. Can You Dig It too? Head over to Can You Dig It RC in Erlanger for hands-on, remote-controlled, and 4x4 rock-crawling fun. Visit their in-store or book online at CanYouDigItRC.com. Andrew Simo is the batter. He's 1 for 2. First pitch in there for a strike on the off-speed top of the zone. First card, Alex Rodriguez with the Texas Rangers. That's when he was a shortstop. Get James Wood. And base card for national superstar. Another one in there for a strike on the off-speed. Ime on the rookie, pitcher for the Houston Astros. Jonah Tong, rookie for the Mets. And Albert Pujols. 0-2, misses downstairs. Got a rocket insert of Luke Stevenson, Seattle prospect. Not numbered or anything. We do get our memorabilia patch in this pack. Carlton Fisk on a base card. Pat Murphy. 1-2, misses outside. Christian Moore went to my high school. Chase DeLauder. And then our jersey patch is a Prospect Jersey Kings, Orange Ice, Travis Bazzana. Top prospect for the Cleveland Guardians. That's a cool little card. Travis Bazzana. 2-2, fouls it away. And we'll end with Reggie Jackson Optic, Gavin Killen Optic, and 2 rated prospects, Hagen Smith and Bryce Rainier. For a quick Rip That Pack segment here in the 8th. Mississippi up 4-3. Nobody on, 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Misses way outside to the backstop. Now a full count. You are guaranteed an autograph or a memorabilia patch. I have never seen an autograph in these Donruss Blasters. It's always the memorabilia patch. At least Travis Bazzana is a talented rookie. Payoff. This is inside. A walk, that'll put a runner on base. Some insurance now for Mississippi. Toby Hall's going to go try and settle him. The Alls made the choice to sit down their reliever. Kind of just saying, all right, let's let Phelps finish this, not waste another reliever that we'll probably need tomorrow. And it's, it's on the offense, but Phelps, has to get out of this inning with just the 1 run scored to give the offense a decent opportunity to try and tie it up. Do I hear the crowd asking for the stats? Do I hear them? I think I do. So Florence going to be trailing after 8. As it stands right now, on the road trailing after 8, they're 0-10. After 8 at home, 0-4 for a combined 0-14 when they are trailing after 8. So they have not made a comeback in that time. They are absolutely swarmed in 9th inning runs. -13, 24-11. Want to know the count to Scout Knotts. He is 0 for 3 today. and entered hitting .050. In there for a strike on the outer half at 91. Everything in the tank here for Phelps. It's an unfortunate spot for him with 2 really good first innings. And right now will be the pitcher on tap for the loss, just giving up 1 run. Runner with a slow lead over at first. 1-1. Swing and a miss, top of the zone. From the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Popped up again in the infield. Blomquist coming in on it. It's called off by Zeisler to end the inning. Travis Phelps goes 3 innings, allows just 1 run. Unfortunately, that is the winning run for the Mud Monsters. Y'all's back against the wall. We head to the 9th. Do they have any magic? When we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top of the 9th. Hooves hang out pitching change. It's Chris Barraza, the flamethrower for the Mud Monsters, trying to close things out. He's picked up 5 saves on the season, a 1-2 record, 22 appearances on the season. Brett Blomquist trying to start things off for Florence. Fastball in there for 94 miles per hour. It's the first appearance of the day for Blomquist. Not a pinch hit spot came on for Tyler Schoenfeld after he left due to injury. 0-1, dotted up outer half. 94 again. Blomquist seeing this pitches for the first time today. Both of them 94 on the outer black. He's down 0-2. Again, Florence 0-14 when trailing after the 8th. Have not had that 9th inning comeback yet. 1-5 at Trustmark Park. 0-2, fouls it away. Able to catch up to 95. Barraza is hittable. Went 2 innings against Gateway, 2 hits, 1 run, 5 Ks. Didn't register an out against Lake Erie. 3 hits, 5 runs. Definitely hittable. 0-2, misses upstairs, a 1-2 count. That's 95. He's just pumping fastballs at 95. A lot of shutdown appearances. Inning and a third against Tri-City. 3 hits, 5 runs back on May 29th. Ground ball over towards the third baseman. Swallowed up, throw across the diamond. In time, 5-3. Final 2 outs for Florence. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. You know, if you came in today, I would have told you Florence probably, who knows what you get. 11-hour bus ride overnight. I know I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I'm sure there are other players on this team that are in the lineup that didn't get a lot of sleep. So, and I think everyone knew that going in. But for this to be a one-run game, first pitch swinging, ground ball over to short. They're down to their final out. Ground ball over to first. Good piece there from Tucker. Fielded on one hop from Knox. 3 unassisted. It's Dylan Baker at the plate. He has been the life for Florence today. He has done everything for him. 2-run double and a triple with a run scored. His 1 out was a deep fly ball to right field. A home run at Thomas More Stadium. First pitch to him. Fastball in there for a strike at 96. Barraza is just heating up. Each pitch faster than the other. 0-1. Blows it by him, top of the zone at 96. Kick the 0-2. Fastball upstairs, no good. This crowd was dead the entire ball game. I don't know if they know baseball. Just now cheering that it's the end of the game. 1-2. Fastball called strike 3, not a strike. Missed outside, awful call, but that will end the ball game. One of about 20 tonight for the home plate umpire. He's ready to get out of here. Florence falls 4-3. Bottom of the 8th run. Winning pitcher will be Sanders. The loss goes to Phelps and the save to Barraza. Try and salvage a doubleheader tomorrow. Need to win both on 4th of July. What is hopefully a good crowd. Would make 0 sense for Mississippi to have a doubleheader on 4th of July without the promise of a good crowd. So going to have to do it, you would assume, in front of a large crowd at Trustmark Park rooting against Florence. It's going to be tough. Certainly not easy. It'll be Isaac Milburn on the mound for Game 1, Yannicker Villalobos for Game 2. Villalobos, his first outing back from the IL. He had some pretty good success against Mississippi in his time here. We'll see if that can continue tomorrow in Game 2. But Milburn will be the first on for Game 1. It'll be Art Joven, the left-handed pitcher for Mississippi, followed by Sergio Sanchez, the righty, in Game 2. 5 o'clock start here at Trustmark Park. Game 2 will follow about 30 to 45 minutes after, and then Florence will once again have an 11-hour ride over to Thomas More Stadium. Back against the wall in the series. We came in, like I said, you don't know what you were going to get this whole time. It is just odd baseball here. Not a situation anyone in the league should be in, and unfortunately, Florence was dealt this. Forget about 6 home games in 27 games. How about 6 games in 5 days with the mix of 22 hours of driving in between it? And a doubleheader on a holiday. Really poor scheduling. But Florence will fight. And we'll see if they can overcome the odds in a 4th of July doubleheader. We got fireworks coming up here at Trustmark Park, so I'll keep it brief. The Y'all's offense, really just led by Dylan Baker. It's his 2-run double, his triple that ignited the 7th. It was an RBI triple from Milo Rushford to tie the game. Everything else, Florence continues to have woes against the bullpen. not able to hit Sanders or Barraza to end this ball game, and that's 3 games in a row where they have not done much. Well, we got the fireworks coming up quick. So that we'll do it again tomorrow, 5 o'clock here on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN of the Florence Y'all's Radio Network. We appreciate you guys tuning in. That'll do it for me in the broadcast booth, saying so long from Trustmark Park, and until next time, y'all will have a good night.